My brother has a beautiful 5-year-old girl. And I can see how having a child has changed him. Like, I just look into his eyes and I can tell he's tired. He is. He looks like the Walking Dead. He's just... And I asked him, I'm like, dude, what's it like having a kid? And he goes, Matt, having a kid was the best gift I ever got. Ooh. Bullshit. There's no way. That can't be true, because I'm going to tell you guys a secret here. I'm someone's kid. We're all someone's kid. Like, are we really the best gift our parents ever got? I mean, if so, do a better job shopping at Christmas. Because, like, we got my dad a set of golf clubs, and I know for a fact when they turned 15, they didn't get drunk and steal his car. And back out of the garage without putting the garage up. Leaving a Wile E. Coyote silhouette of the car in the garage, and then had the stones to still go to the party, leaving a note that said, "Thank God I'm okay." That was this gift. But my brother's wife goes, Matt, you don't understand. But as a mom, when you hold your child for the first time, you'll really know what love is. You'll know love at first sight. I'm like, look at you, you're glowing. Oh. Honestly, moms, I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you get to feel that. That sounds like what Whitney Houston was singing about. That sounds like the greatest love of all. Maybe she really meant crack, but I thought it was babies. And I'm jealous, moms. I'm jealous you get to feel that love. A love so great, a love greater than you, a love greater than your love for your own life. And I'm jealous. But moms, let me ask you something. Did you ever ask yourself why? Why you love this baby? I mean, you just met this baby. It's not like you went to college with this baby and did a road trip to Tucson and this baby held your hair where you threw up in the SAE house at the University of Arizona. Or this baby took the grenade and hooked up with the ugly friend so you could hook up with Fonzie. I mean, you just met this baby and you're willing to give your life for it. And there's a reason, moms. It's because when you give birth, your body secretes a substance called oxytocin. And that stimulates the release of dopamine that acts on the same pleasure centers in the brain as heroin does. In other words, nature knows this little bundle of joy that you've carried inside of you for the past 9 months is about to be such a pain in your ass that the only way you can make sure you don't throw it off a cliff is to fill your brain with the most pleasure-inducing substance on the planet. Moms, you don't love your babies. You're addicted to them. And you get a hit every time you hold your child, every time your child cries, every time you smell your child, you get a hit of oxytocin. So, Dad, do you remember that cute scene when she'd pick up one of their baby blankets and just be like... She was mainlining love right in front of your face. So you see a woman with 5 kids, she doesn't have a big family, she's got a bad habit. Get her into rehab. You might as well face it, she's addicted to love. So I flew here, I took an airplane here, and I hate flying. But here's the thing, I fly first class when someone else is paying. I had to fly myself out here, so I was not first class. I was cheap. I was group 9. No. So I had a plan though, I decided I couldn't be the first person on the plane, but I came up with a way that I would take back the power. Rather than being the first person on the plane, my plan, be the last person on the plane. Because if you think about it, how much cooler is that? Seriously, like you sit there when I walk on the plane and those smug Group 1 pricks are sitting there with their mimosas, the Wall Street Journals, and I walk on, look them in the eyes, and I'm like, thanks for waiting, I'm here now, we can go. Tell the captain Captain Matt Eisman has arrived. We can leave. You're welcome. I've shown up. Right. The problem is when you're the last person to board the plane, everybody on the plane is looking at you. And I know this plaid may be a little bit slimming, but I'm 6'4", 255. I am, the adjective I prefer is husky. I know I'm not a small guy. Like you walk down the aisle and everybody who has an empty seat next to them is giving you the same look that, please no. But I finally get to my row and I look at the two guys who are in my row. I'm the petite one. These guys look like they ate me for breakfast. They're huge. And so now I'm wedging in and you have to do that thing where you pull your shoulders in because you don't want to touch. Because guys our size, if we touch for more than 5 seconds, we sweat and gravy forms. It's like if you travel the whole way in Korea, you're considered married. It is awful. So the guys and I, though, we start talking before takeoff and we're laughing at like how uncomfortably chubby we are, like together. We added up. We realized between the three of us, there's 917 pounds of man meat in this one row. And then we kind of start getting nervous, like the plane's gonna take off, like, Eisman, get to the left side, hurry, we're going down! The only saving grace was that it was an exit row. So I had a little exit row, right. But you know, no, an exit row comes with great responsibility. Because the flight attendant comes up to me and she's like, are you willing and able to help in the event of an emergency? And being a responsible guy, I'm like, yes? And she goes, what does that tone mean? And I go and I just look at the little cutout in the window and I go, I'm just not sure I'll fit. The guy next to me who's 6'7", 345 goes, don't worry. I'll make sure you fit. Now I'm terrified. This plane's gonna go down in Arkansas. The fuselage is gonna be filled with flames and smoke. I'm gonna be wedged in an exit row. This big guy's gonna be pounding me from behind, and my last minutes are gonna be like a scene from Deliverance. So that's why I have a fear of flying. I know, Chuck, do you hear Chuck Liddell? He goes, man, fuck this guy. He's like, I didn't even let Group 4 come in, like they wouldn't even mow my lawn. Group 3 gets to work on my toilet. I was Group 9. I was like the lowest of the low, but I know how it works. I was raised right. So when they start calling groups, I'm Group 9, I know it's not my turn. What do? I step back. I let all you fancy people board first. So they call Group 1, but there's this big dude there who's just kind of standing. He's just like waiting, going, oh, can I board? Can I board? And I look at his ticket. You know what number's on there? 5. Now I know Arizona, you're not that strong at math, but let me tell you, 5 is not near Group 1. And I'm just sitting back there like, and I just find myself getting so mad that he can't obey the line that I picture going up behind him and putting him in a chokehold. And not for a second, like teach him a lesson, but until the last breath escapes his body. I drop the dead corpse on the ground. I'm like, now you wait your turn. And then the cops show up, they're going to look at the other passengers. What happened here? And everybody's going to go, we didn't see anything. And they'll part and let me board the plane a conquering champion because I enforced the line. You want me on that line. You need me on that line. Who's going to guard the line? You, Fonzie? No? A few good men? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? My friend who's a Jewish lawyer goes, of course he picks on the Jewish lawyer there. Yoshi.